Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fragrances with Stephen. And today I'm be doing a fragrance review of YSL's L'Homme Libre. So this is quite a nice fragrance, and it has accords of fresh, spicy, ozonic, green, and aquatic. And the note composition at the top is star anise, basil, violet leaf, and bergamot. In the middle there's nutmeg and pink pepper, and in the base there's vetiver and patchouli. So when I smell this the first time, I kind of get this really overwhelming, synthetic, kind of a bit of a mess, if you will. I don't know. I'll be honest, when I first did buy this, like 6 months ago, when I wore it many times, I was always impressed with the scent. But now, I've kind of come back to the fragrance again now, 4 months after not wearing it. And it just hasn't struck me in the same way that it did before. When I smell it now, it just becomes, I don't know, the quality just doesn't really seem to be there. I mean, the smell itself isn't terrible by any means, but I find that the initial kind of smell is just very synthetic. Also, the bottle here is lovely, I must say. The darkness at the bottom gives it a kind of very nice look. However, it's sometimes difficult to see the name of the fragrance on the bottle, and I've got the sprayer positioned up here, so sometimes it's hard to know if I'm picking it up in the right direction. So the sprayer is really good. It distributes and puts out a lot of fragrance or juice, and the violet is very noticeable at the start. The patchouli is also there, but it just doesn't really seem to have this quality to it, you know. I own this, which is Lynx Peace, or Axe Peace, if you're an American. And this also contains violet, but obviously, you know, it's a £2 aerosol. And the similarity between the violet note in both is quite similar. And, you know, for the price that you're going to pay for this, you know, I'd expect something that smells a bit more higher quality. I'll be honest, I can't really pick out the pink pepper in this scent, but the star anise does give a bit of a spicy hit at the start as well. I can't detect the bergamot neither, and the patchouli, even though it's in the base, I can detect that within a couple of minutes of spraying it. In terms of longevity as well, we're going to look at maybe 6 hours. It's been quite consistent as well, regardless of the season I wear it in. So when I bought this, it was back in July, and I was getting 6 hours of longevity there, and I've been waiting for the past few days now to test it for this review, and in the cold weather I'm still getting 6 hours. So it's quite consistent in that regard, and the projection, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 hours of like a decent projection, and then it does settle into a skin scent for the remaining 3 to 4 hours that's left. Which is okay, you know, it's nothing spectacular, but it's not bad anyway. It's pretty average by most fragrance standards. And back to the smell, you know, it is quite fresh at the start. The accord breakdown listed as aquatic, which I don't really see. I think it's more green and spicy. Ozonic, yeah, it does have a kind of airy feel to it. Nothing spectacular. I would have initially probably given this like an 8 if I'd rated this 4 months ago. But yeah, I won't be rating it an 8 now. So after like maybe 2 hours, then the sort of synthetic violet leaf does dry down, and you are left with a much nicer smell in the dry down. The vetiver and patchouli give it a very like earthy, and the herbalness is also still there. But overall, you know, it's okay. To me, I would have thought initially this was amazing. Well, bordering amazing, but now I've really knocked it back a few pegs, to be honest. So season-wise, I think this is quite versatile. I bought this in July, so I had a chance to wear it through summer, and it does work well in high heat. And similarly in autumn and winter, you know, it's not terrible. The wind won't strip it off your skin, and it does kind of give the same performance characteristics as it does in the summer and spring days. I can see this also being suited towards those seasons too, you know. I wouldn't say don't wear this in the colder time, because the type of scent there is with the greenness of it, it does kind of help it to be like a more all-seasonal scent to my nose. So in terms of occasions, I don't really think this is very classy. It'd be suited for an office. I've worn it to work many times, and I can't really see this kind of suiting up necessarily. I mean, the original YSL L'Homme it seems a much more classier and kind of exudes a bit more of something else that this doesn't. And it's a shame really, because it's quite a youthful scent as well, you know. I wouldn't put an upper age limit on it, but I don't really see it as a very properly kind of masculine scent in the same way that other scents are, like Givenchy Gentleman or just more 24 Gold, or yeah, I just don't see that, you know. Age wise, probably like it's quite youthful, so maybe 18-year-olds would be looking to wear this. And I think again with the occasions it's quite casual and an easygoing scent, and because it can be worn in all occasions, then I think that's definitely a good selling point for it. I think if you do like your like somewhat spicy green scents, if you do like violet leaf, then you know it's not a terrible smell. I'd recommend giving it a try. I would not blind buy this like I did. Let's see if you can obtain a sample or try to test it in a shop somewhere. And yeah, I think it's okay, you know. So in terms of the final thoughts, then this fragrance is pretty much average, you know. The smell is nothing spectacular. We have pretty average performance and longevity characteristics to it. So I think that just all around the fragrance is pretty average. I rate the fragrance now. So in terms of smell, I will give this a 5.5. Like, it's better in the dry than the start. The synthetic aspect does kind of go away with time. But, you know, it's nothing... It's not too amazing from the start, you know. And in the base it's better, but yeah. So 5.5 for smell. For projection, I'm going to give it a 5. And for longevity, I'll also give it a 5. So in terms of the overall rating, I think rate this a 5 out of 10. So I wouldn't recommend blind buying it. Try and obtain a sample, a decant if you can. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and take care, and I'll see you next one.